Hello friends, welcome back to your UPSC. So today we'll start with another topic of geomorphology, that is erosional and depositional landform. So today we'll do Aeolian landforms. So let's get started. So Aeolian landforms are the landforms that are formed due to erosional and depositional action of wind. Okay, so they are formed by erosional and depositional action, means the winds are eroding the material and they are depositing it somewhere else, and this action forms the landform here and here, and these landforms are known as aeolian landforms. Okay, they are formed especially in desert area. Leon means desert, and this means air, wind or air. Okay, so hence they are called aeolian landforms. So um, the types of erosion that happens here is, first is alteration, second is aberration, and third one is deflation. So alteration is actually, there are two particles, when they rub each other and they break off. This breaking off or this type of erosion is known as, or this type of breaking is known as alteration. Next is aberration. In aberration what happens is, this is the particle, it rubs against the surface, and this rubbing against the surface causes its breaking. So this is known as aberration. And the last one is deflation. Deflation happens when the bigger particles are blown away and they are actually cutted off. Okay, so this is the bigger particle and this is cutted off by wind action, and small particles are formed. So this type of erosion is known as deflation. Next is transportation by wind. So there are three types of basic transportation in which the wind will act. First is suspension. Suspension happens with finer particles like sand. Okay, so in it what will happen is, the finer particles will get blown away due to wind action, and they will be deposited at far off place. Okay, next one is saltation. Saltation is actually jumping of rocks. Like, they are these particles are bigger than the one in suspension, but they are smaller than the one in creeping. Okay, so they are medium sized particles, so they are actually blown away by wind, but they are too heavy to carry to a long distance, so they are dropped again. Okay, so they are dropped again, so, and then again they are carried away and then dropped. So this carrying and dropping process is known as saltation. Next is creeping. Creeping happens with bigger particles, so the wind is not able to carry these or blow away these bigger particles, so actually they roll with wind action. So here we have a bigger particle, it will roll with wind action. Okay, and this is known as creeping. Now we will study the erosional landforms. So the basic erosional landforms, the first one is deflation hollow or deflation basin. What happens in it is, see, this is our land. So initially it was flat. Okay, initially it was flat, but due to wind action, what happens is, the wind actually cuts at areas. Okay, so it deepens. A hollow is formed. So because the hollow is formed, because of the wind action, this hollow is formed, and this landform is known as deflation hollow or deflation basin. Okay. Next is mushroom rock or pedestal. So mushroom is rock is also known as pedestal. It is caused due to differential action, differential erosion. How it is differential erosion? See, in differential erosion, what happens is, hard and soft rocks are placed alternatively, okay, one upon the other, and because of which the harder rock is eroded less, while the softer rock is eroded more. So in this one, harder rock is above the softer rock, because of which the softer rock gets eroded faster and the harder rock is placed like a tabletop on the softer rock. Okay, so it forms a mushroom shaped structure, and this is known as mushroom rock. Next is Inchelberg, also known as monad rocks. They are residual hills or molds. Okay, they can be dome shaped, conical shaped, or castle shaped. And according to their shape, they are named as first dome shaped are known as bone hearts. Okay, and conical shaped are also known as knolls and blocks, while the castle shaped are known as castle hoppies. Okay, next we have democells or earth pillar or hoodies. These are the names for earth pillars. In it, what happens is it is same like Inselbergs, sorry, mushroom rocks, but here what happens is the soft rock has got totally pillar shaped structure, and above this hard rock is placed like it is just placed instably. Okay, like we are placing something. This is also formed due to differential erosion. Next is Mesa and Butte. Mesa and Butte, they are actually hard rock structures. So the Mesa is newer form, while the Butte is older form of Mesa. So Mesa is a table like structure. See, this is a block like structure. Okay, formed due to erosion. But when the excessive erosion of mesa takes place, or we can say older stage or eroded stage of mesa is known as butte. It is smaller in size and it is much conical in shape. Okay. Next we have zoojings. Zoojings are same formed due to differential erosion. Here, the hard rock and soft rocks are placed alternatively in horizontal fashion. Okay, so the difference between zoojing and yarding is zoojing is placed in the hard rock and soft rock are placed horizontally in zoojing, while in yardings they are placed vertically and they are eroded. Okay, so in the erosion due to wind action, some sort of shape like this is formed. Okay. And in yardings, this is hard rock, this is soft rock, so this thing will form. Now, next is stone lattice. Stone lattice, it is also a form of differential erosion. Here, what happens is we have hard rock structure. In it, we have soft rock embedded inside, and this soft rock are eroded due to wind action, and they form net-like structure. Okay, so we have like holes. So they are formed in bigger rocks. Okay. Now we have next is ventifacts or dracentas, dericentas. So the ventifacts are basically they are rocks or shape of rocks. So these are ventifacts are the rocks which are having two faces. Okay, you have seen thin stones, so they are like this. While the dericentas have three faces. Okay. Next is wind bridge and wind window. So wind bridge is when see the stone lattice we have seen when the stone lattice so the stone lattice when it gets wider, the holes get wider and wider. They actually attaches to each other. Okay, they fuse with each other, and this process goes on until this big window type structure is formed, and with this we can see clearly, we can see the sky or horizon. Okay, so this structure is known as wind window, and the area above it, or the roof, its roof, is known as bridge, wind bridge. Okay, next is lag deposit or desert pavement. These are actually the pebbled pathway which are loose fragments that are lying on the surface. Okay, so they are actually pebbled pathway without any sand or something. So these are known as desert pavement. Next is castellated chimney. Castellated chimney is a modified form of yardings. In it, what happens is, this is the soft rock structure, below this is the hard rock structure. And this soft rock structure, due to uh, excessive erosion of wind, it forms a needle shaped, it gains a needle shaped forms. Okay, and this needle shaped form is isolated. We can't see any other rock uh, um, around it. Okay, so this happens due to high erosion, and it is not very commonly found thing. Okay, so this is found in very few deserts like Sahara, etc. Sahara, Atacama, etc. Next is grooves and hamadas. Grooves are the small cut in the rock. See, this is a rock. Due to wind action, it cuts. We can see there are various cuts in it. So these cuts are known as grooves. And hamadas are high, barren rock areas with little sand. So they are also like desert pavement, but they are high areas with barren, which are barren, and they are rocky areas with very little sand or no sand. Next, we will come to depositional landform. Depositional landform, we will see there are three type of depositional landform. First is looses. Looses are actually yellow dust flowing on the surface. These are yellow or golden dust that flows on the surface. Next is ripple. Ripples are like wave form of structure which we can commonly see. Like this is the desert. Here we can see wave form of structure. So these are known as ripples. Next we have sand dunes. Sand dunes are the most important depositional structures. Sand dunes are formed due to accumulation of wind in the form of hill. Okay, so they are basically of three types, mainly barkhans. Barkhans are crescent shaped. Next is longitudinal, and next is transverse. So the longitudinal sand dunes, they run parallel to the wind direction. Okay, so they run parallel to the wind direction, and the transverse one, they are in the wind direction. Okay, so these are the transverse, these are longitudinal, and these are barkhans. We have other sand dunes also. They are conical shaped, sorry, star shaped sand dunes, conical sand dunes, etc., etc. But these are the main type of sand dunes that we find. So that was all about areolar landform. Now we will uh, complete another landforms in our next video. So that was all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. So let's meet in our next class. Till then, take care and have a nice day.